Auto insurance price growth slowed a touch in February, but on an annual basis, prices are up around 11%, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the BLS. A report from Bankrate shows nationally, Americans spend about 3.4% of their income on their auto insurance, and in some states, it's as high as 6.8%. For more on this, we've got Shannon Martin, insurance analyst at Bankrate. Shannon, good to have you here. Just break down why we're spending this much of our income on auto insurance and where some of the price rises have really accumulated.
Thanks for having me back. Yes, Americans are spending almost 3.4% of their income on car insurance costs alone. And we're seeing increases in things like medical payments. When the cost of medical care increases, a portion of your auto policy pays for that. The cost of new and used cars are also increasing. The cost of vehicle parts and labor, when those things all go up, the cost of your auto insurance tends to go up with it as well. And then we've also had higher and more frequent car accidents over the past few years since the pandemic. So with more risk, that's something that insurance carriers look at too.
So we also have a look at some of the states here within this data as well, who's spending the greatest percent of their income on insurance. And at the top of it was Louisiana, Florida, New York. All of this considered, as we're thinking about some of, and we've got the list on the screen for our viewers here as well. So we're airing out some of the drivers in these states. Clearly they need to do a little bit better because their rates are so high. Ultimately something's gone wrong here. But there's more data in the vehicle these days, it seems like. Why are rates still so high when you can be really engaging with your insurer to make sure that you can bring down some of those costs?
That's something that really confuses drivers as well, especially when they go down to the dealership to purchase a new car. You think if you get all the bells and whistles, you're going to be safer in the vehicle. That might lower the cost of your car insurance. But as of yet, it's not working out that way. A lot of those safety features include technology, cameras, computer chips, a lot of components that are expensive to build and install and maintain and repair if you're in a car accident. So the cost of your collision coverage tends to increase when you have a lot of these different components that are very expensive.
Now, when we think about, and there's a tariff implication for everything, it seems, and in this instance, there also is one too, because if you do see more charges for parts because it's more costly to get steel or aluminum to replace a part within your vehicle, then that could also be passed on to the insurance rate that you're paying, no?
Yes, absolutely. It'll impact the cost to purchase a vehicle. It'll impact the cost of your car insurance because the cost of vehicle parts will go up. And it also creates delays in repair time. Lots of time manufacturers try to get around these tariffs and find different ways to ship parts and vehicles to us, which means it takes longer to get your car repaired. So then things like your reimbursement for transportation expenses that you can get from your carrier, those rates can go up because a rental car will cost more if this happens.
All right, so I want to end on some tips here, some actionable tips for folks who are trying to bring that insurance rate down. What can they do?
Well, first, you want to review your policy, make sure it's accurate. If you've had any life event changes, marriage, divorce, job change, change of address, that can impact your rate. So you want to make sure you're starting off with accurate information. Then move to discounts, see what you qualify for. Some discounts are easy to get, low-hanging fruit. You can enroll in automatic payments with your checking account. Most of the time that can save you 5% or maybe save you on service fees. Then there are ones that take a little bit more work, like taking a defensive driving course or having your teen get good grades, like a 3.0 average, so they can get a good student discount, but you'll get a bigger bang for your buck with those. And then you may have to start paring down if things are still too, tight for you. So get rid of coverages that you don't need. Work with your agent to maybe see if there's any extras that you can cut off of your policy. So there's a lot of different alternatives. And then you can still also choose to shop for coverage with another company if you still can't find an affordable rate.
Shannon, thanks so much for joining us here with these tips and advice. As of right now, I'm still schwinning, if you will, on my bike and using that MTA pass. But when I do get a car, I'll remember to come back, replay this.
Save that money.
Yes, indeed. Thanks.